Hello folks, Scott Grove here. Again, more new guitars in. Want to talk about them with you. Just teach you a few things about some guitars that you may or may not have heard about and show you the good points and the bad points about them according to me. I've had a few of these in the past and I really dig them. These are the 1991, they made them in 91 and 92, the Charvel Avenger are what they called. So they are the typical Randy Rhoads type of shape. Okay, so of course this type of thing's still around, but you will not find this model anymore. They just did it for the one here, part of 91, part of 92. Typical, came with the tools here on the back where they always like to keep them, which is a good thing. The Jackson logoed tuners, sealed tuners. You got your typical locking nut here, which is 10 times better than if you were to have a nut and then a locking unit behind it. This will always stay in tune. One back here will never stay in tune. I know you guys got the magic ones that will, but 99% of the time that's the way that goes. You got a locking nut right here in place of your nut, your guitar will stay in tune. Okay, let's check what we have here. We have to put the camera down so we can see the guitar. Okay, what we have here are 3 single coil pickups. Okay, that is not a humbucker here. Those are 2 single coils. Yes, you have a 5-way switch, just like a Strat. So it operates like a Strat. The only thing that it does different from a Strat is it don't have that single coil in the middle. So to jump way ahead, yes, you can get a Fender Telecaster sound out of this guitar with no problem. I am a country player and I love wild guitars, so I play things like this, playing Your Cheating Heart and all that kind of stuff. So yes, this will get you a pretty much dead on tele sound, and I'll show you that. Position number 1 turns on the first single coil. Position number 2 actually throws in both single coils, but it actually puts them in humbucking mode, so it really kicks some royal butt when you toss it there, and your dBs actually go up a whole lot, and it really cranks when you have your distortion on. So watch out when you pump that sucker on, because you're going from about a 6K output to about almost 20 by the time you double these suckers up for some reason. In the middle is where we get just the single coil here. Position number 4, there's your country sound, because you actually end up with these 2 pickups and it sounds like a tele. Okay, because of the distance of the slanted pickup from here is the same as it is on a tele, and then being only a 22 fret neck and not 24 puts this in the correct position to get the right location of the pickup, just as a tele would, so you retain the true tele sound. And the pickups sound great. Most people will tell you they suck. Why? Because they're metalheads. Nothing against metalheads, but I love this as a country guitar. Okay, so these sound like single coil pickups unless you have it in humbucking mode in position number 2. And finally, you're just on your neck position on your 5. Okay, the master volume is the only thing on here. There's no tone controls. The master volume blows. Okay, it goes from 0 to barely anything, nothing. Then it goes to 10 by the time you hit 9, and that's it. So it's one of those. It's either on or it's off, pretty much, which is great since I use a volume pedal on the floor and I don't use, knobs at all on guitars. Typical slight paint missing right here. I don't know how people do this. I don't have, if I buy guitars brand spanking new, I never have nicks anywhere, even after 20 years of use, not even on ends like that. I don't know how people do it, but they do it. So the jack again is in a bad place. It should be like here and in a Strat cup, like they're doing now with the Jacksons, and pointing up so you're not stuck with this thing. It just looks bad sticking out. Yeah, you can use a right angle plug, but again, with the wireless, not such a thing is offered. And there's reasons why. Okay. The whammy is made by Charvel and loads up right back through here, through these little tubes. And then they actually do a semi-locking thing. If you can see, these right here actually lock down on the strings. They're not a true locking deal where you can actually lock them down. So I would call this not a double locking system, but a lock and a half, and it does plenty fine. Most people, the shredders, will generally replace the whammy bar, and there's no reason to, but they like to have the double locking to say they have the double locking, and that they made the mod that is so popular with these guitars, which is they throw some kind of shred pickups here, usually EMGs, get rid of the single coil thing. So if you want the shred thing, yeah, drop your EMGs in there and do the typical thing. If you like the country thing, like I do, which most of you probably won't for whatever reason. It's good music, kids. Okay, so just to let you know, this here's 100% original. Okay, this here's what's called the toothpaste logo. Just because it looks like somebody squirted it out with big toothpaste. That logo did not last too awfully long. But it's cool, you can actually read the name of the guitar from way back, but then again, everybody's counterfeiting headstock logo decals. And so you never know what's real and what's not real these days, so with all them things, you just can't tell. Okay, so let's check out the guitar. Again, going through the Johnson Millennium JM150 amp. I use the exact same sound, same settings, since everything is, it's a three-way amp, meaning that it has two 12AX7 tubes in it. It is digital as far as all the processing. I'm not using any processing outside of the amp. It's all built in the amp. So that part is digital, all the effects, and then solid state on the power amp section. Why don't I use tubes as an entire amp? Because I hate them. I just don't like them. It's my thing. I try a Fender Twin with a Strat or a Tele through it, and it is not clean enough. Believe it or not, this is a cleaner amp. Okay, and it's quieter. You can turn it on 10 and it will not hiss. Do you hear a noise from it? It's on 5 now. No noise. Okay, so it's got built-in gates. Very cool stuff. Okay, so let's check the guitar out. Here we are in just the one position, or the bridge. So you have one single coil on with reverb. Okay, what you get here is my typical throw on this flat back delay. Okay, so you have your typical single coil that is too close to the bridge. That's why it is so bright. Okay, but that's where it needs to be for the humbucking distortion thing, which is what position number 2 is. So there it is in position 2, which are both of these single coils put together, now in humbucking mode and greatly increased output. So that's clean with humbucker. If you were to throw distortion on that, okay, so it's going to get very humbuckery because it sounds great. The 3 position, again, is just this single coil. So this will be in the place that a normal Tele or Strat single coil would be positioned away from the bridge the right amount. So it will sound better to play that as your bridge pickup in a clean country situation. give you that. Tons of pullback room too. Comes right back in tune, okay? So it's a great whammy. I like it. If you don't like it, change it, but cool guitar. And if you're sick of a Strat or a Tele and you want to look groovy and do the funky thing but sound country, this is a great guitar for it. 4-position, my favorite, gives you the real Tele sound. So this single coil and the neck one. Get ready for what is called twang and or quack. You have a little bit of both here. It's kind of a combination between the Strat and Tele sound. So Strat-a-Tele, a Strataholic I am, but Tele sound with this a little bit. Get rid of that delay. Okay, so it does have the major country sound. Okay, so just nice and clean stuff. What can you say about that? That is just cool. Okay, so just good times, good times. And then of course finally the 5 position, which is the neck position only. If you're tired of hearing the country type of things, let's change it up just a little bit. I'm just going to change channels on this same amp and just add a slight bit more grit while we're here on the neck pickup. Okay, I'm in tune again, as far as I can tell. Okay, so there you go, you have a little bit of grit. That would be it. Okay. And let's go to a little more grit with, like, say, this. I'm going to go to the neck pickup again. I'll try to back the volume down here. And responsive. Okay, so let's kick it into heavy distortion. Again, going to the humbucker, which is position 2. Okay, typical distortion. Okay, so whammy all day long. And it has that Floyd warble, you know, from the, you can hear it. Hear it clean. You put it back here and do that thing. And let's tighten her up. And actually tighten it up by that. typical thing that everybody digs or doesn't dig. Another kind of distortion here will simply be this one. Okay, so there you go. You have the 1991 Charvel Avenger. Again, all three are single coil pickups. On the back, you have the bolt-on neck. There's no place to stick your strings through because I showed you where they go through the front. Here's your typical access panel here for your volume knob and your 5-way switch. And again, the jack in the way there. And the string balls feed right through there. Nice and easy, and once again, in true 80s fashion, again, these are 91, 92s. They still retained the hex key retainers back here. So just a totally cool guitar. So if you want something a little different that you can still get that monster shred thing on, but still be able to do your, come here where I can see y'all, where you can still do your country thing. Anyway, this is a great guitar for that, so you can cover everything and still do this. My oldest one was white way back when. You could really see that sucker on stage, so I'm looking for, you know, more of these actually, just because they are cool. And I just like to stick out like a sore thumb that I am on stage. And like I said, play my Hank Williams Sr. on, you know, this big spear thing. And I got it at a great price and came with the original hard shell case, which is stupid hard to find, but really a cool guitar. And you can generally pick them up for the $300, $400, $500 area, depending on if you get the hard shell case or if you don't. Okay, and plus if the tip is broken off or not, or shredded, or if somebody has in any way molested the guitar from its original condition. So once again, 1991 and into part of 92, Charvel toothpaste logo Avenger guitars. Cool ones not to be looked over, so decide whether you like it or not just from this video, I guess, and pursue it if you like, and don't if you don't. Okay? Once again, Scott Grove. Take care, kiddies.